What's up, guys, and welcome to today's video. In this video, I'm sharing with you a solution that I'm working on to speed up the drying process when it comes to cleaning my shoes in bulk. As many of you know, I use a pressure washer when I clean shoes. I clean 10, 20, 30 pairs at a time, and sometimes the drying process can be somewhat tedious. I built a system out for that, but now that I'm cleaning even more shoes in one single move, I had to come up with a new solution for drying those shoes. And so I'm sharing with you what I've been prototyping, and we're gonna build the entire process and solution out. Let's jump into it. All right, guys, so if you've followed me for any amount of time, you know that I bulk buy, clean, dry, and list and sell shoes on eBay, Poshmark, and Mercari. The problem with this is that whenever you're bulk cleaning, you have to have a process to where you can clean a lot of stuff at one time. I figured that out. I use an electric pressure washer where I can soap it and pressure wash it all in one go. I can do a lot of shoes at one time. In 1 hour, you can knock out 20, 30, 40 pairs, no problem. The drying is where it came to be an issue because it takes a while for shoes to dry. Now, I know some people say they just throw them in their dryer. That's really not good for your shoes or your dryer. It can cause sole separation. The heat can cause the shoe to separate from the sole, and then you have a bigger issue on your hands. Also, all that thumping in your dryer wears your dryer out fast. So a friend of mine came up with an idea to dry shoes a lot faster. We use a drying tree. Here's what that looks like basically. There's a bunch of PVC that's all cut and glued together, and you basically put one shoe on each one of these things, and then at the very end, you hook up a blower to this. I'm talking about a garden blower, and it blows air through, and so in turn dries the shoes. Now that's really great in theory, and in practicality, it's really good. The problem with that is it can only dry about 12 pairs of shoes at a time, and often I'm cleaning more than 12 pairs of shoes at a time, so I needed a different approach. I needed a different solution, and here's what I've come up with. Now we're prototyping this right now. That is why it's such a sketchy looking job. We have the blower right here that sits on this mount, and that keeps it off the ground so it can suck air. We have an inlet flap here where it blows into, and then we have sort of an exhaust flap here. And what this does is it just blows air inside the box, where we actually have 17 pairs of shoes. Normally we could only dry 12 at a time. This is 17, takes about 45 minutes to an hour, and nearly every shoe gets completely dried. With the first round that went yesterday, one of these Vans came out a little bit damp. It's dry now. And then one of these Huarache running shoes came out a little bit damp. Other than that, 17 pairs, awesome. It turned out so well. So the plan today is to go get a bigger box that has actual clamp-on lids. That way we don't have to eBay tape this every single time we want to open or close it. That's the goal today, is to find a heavy-duty box that's bigger than that we can get a clip-on lid that won't come undone, because this pushes so much air. It's 200 miles an hour of air going into this box that it would just blow this lid straight off. And then for those of you that are unfamiliar with my cleaning process, I'll link that video up above where I mass or bulk clean everything. But for a quick look, here's the pressure washer that I use. It's Greenworks. It's all electric. I wouldn't recommend this if you have to move around a lot, but my cleaning process is just right outside the garage. So I plug this cord. I believe it's a 30-foot cord. You've got the water hose, and then you've got the actual spray. I did swap out the nozzle on this sprayer for a 3-foot option. This just ensures that I don't have to bend over. I'm 6'2", and the original nozzle that it came with was only like 1.5 feet, and so I was constantly bending over to get close enough to the shoes. But that's basically the process there. Lay the shoes out, use this. This is a soap container down here where I put my Purple Power, stick it in there, add some water, spray the shoes down with the soap nozzle, and then once they've soaked for a little while, hit them with the 40-degree nozzle. Bam, done. The motor only runs when you're actually pulling the trigger on this sprayer, so it's not loud, constant noise all the time. It's only a little bit loud whenever you pull that handle. Then from there, it goes into the spin dryer. Long story short, this you put 2 pairs of shoes, put this balance on top inside, and then you spin it. Spins at 4,000 RPM, gets 95% of the water out in 30 seconds. So I just sit here on this chair with my nice rubber apron on, spin it, get the water out. You can see the little drain right there. It goes into that box right there. And from there, they go into the plastic bin, get blow dried, and then they're off to get photos and sent to my listing guy to get listed onto eBay. I'm at Lowe's to get the bin. $37.98. Kind of high price for a 64-gallon Commander latching tote. This monster. No doubt you can fit 30 pairs in here. 100%. No doubt. Latching handles, has these holes so you can put like carabiner clips or something in there to hold it shut. Here we go. So this is a 64-gallon tote. I'm confident I can fit 30 pairs of shoes in there, that with the blower blowing through and having an exhaust port, I can easily dry 30 pairs of shoes. That's my speculation. So getting this, it's got the clipping handles right there, and it's got these holes here so I can put like clips or clamps or something to hold it shut and get maximum air circulation. Has the wheels so you can tote it around. Super pumped about this one. All right, guys, so I think we have a winner on our hands with this new bin. As far as the drying concept goes, my bins that I was experimenting with are 90 quarts, which is 22 gallons. This is 64 gallons, so approximately 3 of those clear bins that I was using at home. The clear bins hold 17 pairs. This bin, theoretically, can probably hold 45 to 50, 55 pairs. So we're gonna test it. We'll see how it works. I messaged a friend about it, and he kind of challenged me on it and was like, hey, they may not dry as fast, they may not dry as efficiently in the middle of the box. You know, how are you gonna do this? And so it just got me thinking through the process, and I think that even with this thing, if I can clean 30 or 40 shoes all at one time and then stack them in this box and start the drying process, it stands a good chance that even if I have to let it run for 3 hours, which would be the normal drying time in the original bin, that could free up bulk time to do other things like list or photograph or source new inventory. So this is all in theory. It's a work in progress. So I look forward to bringing you more information about that. Stay tuned. All right, guys, on my way to UPS to drop off packages, and I sort of had a hunch to jump into this thrift store, this Goodwill that's near the UPS store, and I haven't been here in at least a month and a half. They're about to open in 4 minutes, and for some reason I just have like a gut feeling to go in here. This place is grossly overpriced. Their shoes are overpriced, clothes are overpriced, everything is insanely overpriced. However, I play to my hunches. I'm gonna go in here, I'm gonna see if I can find some $5.50 shoes. Not gonna spend probably any more than 30 bucks, I would say, just because I know everything in here is so disgustingly overpriced for a thrift store. That being said, let's jump in and see what we can find. So here we go. right, guys, so we got 11 pairs for $60. This is the only pair that we're not actually selling. It's snow boots for my son because it's supposed to snow this week. Got this pair of shape ups for $5.50. Really good. Got this pair of Vans. Got this pair of Coach shoes. Coach does well for me. Got this pair of Air Force Ones. We've got another pair of Skechers shape ups. Really good condition. We got this pair of Sperry's with a nice design on there. Got another pair of Vans here, some old schools. Then we got these Skechers work shoes. Skechers tend to be doing really well recently, especially with the work shoes. A pair of Timberland boots. And this pair of Jordan sneakers, kids sneakers. Try to pay a lot of attention to is averaging my price down. In this case, we got 11 pairs of shoes for $60. That is $5.45 a piece out the door after tax and everything. That's no discounts. This store has stamp cards. So for every $15 shopping trip or greater that you go on, you get a stamp. Once you get 4 stamps, you will get 20% off your entire next load. So I took advantage of that. I had one more stamp to get today, fulfilled that. So we spent $60, but in turn, we will save 20% on the next load that we buy, which will be at a different thrift store. And that's when we're gonna go completely all out and just spend tons of money for like a full shopping trip. This was basically just to score some items to resell, but also to get that last stamp that we need for the big sourcing trip. But like I said, averaging down is huge when it comes to my sourcing strategy. So in this case, I bought a couple pairs of kids shoes, which are $3. And what that does is it allows me to buy something that might be $5.99 or $6.99, and I can average that price down to where going out the door, we're only paying $5.45, where normally shoes cost $5.50. If you buy a couple pairs of kids shoes that you know you can sell, like those Vans and those Jordans, you can definitely pull that price way down. Perfect. So this is how we're looking right here. Cut open a flap there. This can go straight in like that. Then I was gonna cut another flap on top for exhaust, but I think I'm gonna drill holes on the back sides. It'll force the air to flow through to escape, therefore hopefully drying shoes more efficiently. This is 27 pairs of shoes, I believe I counted. The 27? Yeah, 27 pairs there on the first layer. This is the second layer. Well, like that's all that I had that I could put in there. But what I did is I just angled them. So instead of being straight in for this second layer, I just kind of angled them. So hopefully that will catch a lot of air. Those will dry faster, pull those out, and then let the rest go. All right, guys, so there you have it. There is the upgrade to my drying process. I'm gonna be cleaning some shoes later on today once it clears up a little bit outside because it's been raining. And then once that's done, they're gonna go through the spin dryer and then into the, I guess we're gonna call it the drying box. I don't know. But once that gets finished, I'll update you guys. I will update you guys in a future video on how that turns out. I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to work efficiently. And so looking forward to your thoughts and your opinions in the comments section. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you have a better solution. Thank you for watching. I hope you got value from this video. If you did, be sure to leave a thumbs up, consider subscribing, and I'll see you on the next video.